Valve have just dropped the update for the Cologne 2026 Major for Counter-Strike 2, and it is insane. A lot of people were expecting changes for this major, and it seemed very likely Valve would have to do at least something different to past events. But what ended up happening is completely mental. No one saw this coming, and the consequences for skins are actually massive. So what have Valve done that is so crazy? Well, let's get into things. Now, this video is sponsored by Skinsmonkey, the trading site where you can quickly and easily trade your skins. Just log in, add your trade link, and you are good to go. All you have to do is select the items you want and hit the trade button. There's over 150,000 items to choose from, and if you use my code Zeus, you can get up to $5 off your first trade. And even if you're not interested in trading, the site holds free, daily, weekly, and monthly giveaways that you can enter completely for free. It's a great site, check it out, link is in the description. So let's break down this update. We're going to start with the most boring part, and the most boring part is the stickers. Like all majors, we have new stickers. They're in this shop here, which is a bit different to past shops, but what you can see is we've got paper stickers, foil stickers, hollow stickers, and gold stickers. So the embroidered stickers from last major have been dumped, we're back to paper, foil, hollow, gold, so the old system. Now, like all majors, these also scrape. They scrape pretty well by the looks of things, and if we look at the design, it seems like they're based on stained glass, which I would imagine is probably a reference to the Cologne Cathedral. It certainly looks like it, and given the arena in Cologne is sometimes called the Cathedral of Counter-Strike, that all makes a lot of sense. But what is a big change is the way you get these stickers. What you will notice is there are no capsules for these stickers. Valve have removed them, there are no capsules for this major. Now, a lot of people expected that. Because of the recent X-ray update in Germany, it's not possible to open capsules there anymore, and a lot of countries are cracking down on this stuff anyway, so this particular change was kind of expected, but the system Valve have brought in to replace it is really interesting. In fact, it's basically a mini version of the terminal. Basically, stickers now have a price in tokens. You can see it up here. It goes from about 60 for a paper sticker to about 3,800 for a gold sticker. To buy stuff, you just pick the individual sticker you want and add it to the cart. You come up here, so it's a web store. You do need tokens though, and to get these tokens, you've got to buy them off Valve like this. So I've just picked up some tokens for a couple of dollars. You activate them, and now I can complete the purchase. There we go. I have some stickers. What is the rest of this stuff in my inventory? I don't know, 100 items, what the f? But here's the question. Why on earth would you buy a Liaz sticker when you could be getting yourself a ZywOo sticker instead? Well, the answer is actually dynamic pricing. Just like the terminal, the shop has a system that prices stickers based on demand. It's even got a little thing up here that tells you whether your prices are up to date or not. So the stickers of much more popular players are going to be more expensive than the stickers of less popular players. Now, you might be wondering, what is with these tokens? Why are Valve bothering with a token system when they could just use Steam wallet funds instead, like they do with the terminal? Well, according to the FAQ, it's to do with refunds. They don't want you being able to completely refund the sticker after it's been purchased. There is a partial refund system built in, but clearly they don't want complete refunds. Now, you may also be thinking, wouldn't this system be unfair for the less popular players? Won't all the money go to the most popular people in the game? Well, no, as it turns out. In fact, Valve are going to do a split like this based on where you end up in the tournament. So even if you're buying 1,000 simple stickers, simple's only getting a small cut of that. It's going to be equally split between the teams, which I think is a good system. Otherwise, some teams probably wouldn't be able to survive. Is this system better than capsules? I would say probably not. I definitely prefer capsules, but this change is almost certainly necessary. As we are saying in the FAQ, people in certain regions just couldn't purchase capsules anymore, so they were going to have to find an alternative. And even if I don't think the alternative is better, it's by no means bad either. Like, there aren't any obvious problems with it. It's fair to the different players. They had to find something, and as far as something goes, this is reasonably good. But this update goes a lot further than just turning the sticker shop into a giant fuck-off terminal, because this update has actually completely changed souvenirs. So for pretty much all of Counter-Strike's history, you've gotten souvenirs out of packages. At first, they were dropped in-game for people watching, then Valve started selling them in an in-game shop, but either way, it was a package. But this major adds a whole new option. Rather than just opening a souvenir, you can also go and create one. Basically, you can take any normal or souvenir skin from your inventory, you come to this thing here and pick a match, and once the match has actually happened, you can select that match and turn the skin into a souvenir. You can also select the player whose signature you want. That's right, signatures are back on souvenirs. They've been gone for a while. Now we've got them back, which is admittedly quite cool. And importantly, it won't be free either. It's going to cost you tokens, and it sounds like the price is going to be dynamic as well, a bit like the stickers. Depending on which player you want and how rare the weapon you're using is, you're going to pay more or less for the souvenir. We can't test this at the moment, so it's very hard to know how high these costs will be, but I would imagine for like a ZywOo Dragonlore, the price is going to be very expensive. Now, hearing me say this probably immediately raises a whole bunch of questions. I mean, first of all, did you just hear me say Dragonlore? Yes I did. It is now possible to take a normal Dragonlore and turn it into a souvenir. Now, this may also leave you wondering whether knife and glove souvenirs are possible as well, and the answer to that one, on the other hand, is no. If we check Valve's blog post, what you'll see is it says it only works on normal or souvenir quality weapons, and these are actually very specific things. If you go to your inventory, you'll notice these two things are distinct from stat track weapons and golds. So no knife or glove souvenirs this time, but Valve have secretly made another massive change hidden in the update. You see, you'll notice I bought 10 souvenir skins here, and I'm going to do something that you never would have seen before. I'm going to put them in a trade up. We're going to put them in here. 3, 2, 1. And we got Eye of Zappums, which I think is good. Now, what you will notice is that the new skin I've gotten is not souvenir. If you trade up a souvenir, it loses its souvenir characteristics. Valve even gives you a warning before you do it. I edited that out. But basically, you can trade up souvenir skins now. And this is going to have massive implications for the market. It's going to do some crazy shit. So there's a lot to discuss here, but first of all, I want to say I like this update. Souvenirs were very cool back in the old days when they were these unique things dropped in limited quantities to people who watched the game. That stopped being a thing years ago though, and these days you could just buy them in unlimited quantities. There was nothing unique about souvenir skins anymore, they just sucked. This new system isn't as good as the original one, but I think it's a huge improvement over what we've got currently, and that is really nice. Now, I also think this is a good update for most people who own souvenirs as well. You see, in the past, souvenirs have just been kind of useless. 98% of the time, the packages will just give you some shit skin that you don't want. And because you can't trade it up and no one wants to actually play with a garbage skin like this, they've just sat there and taken up space. And because Valve made it so you could buy packages in unlimited quantities, there is now a fuckload of these useless skins. But now that trade-ups are possible, these useless skins actually have a purpose. They don't just have to sit there and take up room. You can get rid of them, and that is a good thing. And it also means that a lot of souvenir skins are about to get a lot more expensive. Most souvenirs are cheaper than their non-souvenir counterparts because you can't trade them up, and this is going to bring them to the same level, which I think is a real positive. In fact, we've already seen massive price increases for a lot of souvenirs because they're useful now. And this will have downsides. Some skins will be hit. I don't think souvenirs themselves will be affected that badly. A lot of expensive souvenirs are really exclusive collector's pieces. I mean, look, you can make a souvenir nuclear threat now, but it's not going to have the OG stickers that collectors are after, so I don't think it matters that much. Dragonlores probably will be affected, but it's probably going to be a limited group of souvenirs that lose value. What will matter though is the massive flood of new trade-up inputs. People are going to use these souvenir skins to trade up for more expensive skins, and those skins will go down in value, and the people who own them are not going to have a good time. This absolutely does suck for them. However, overall, I think this update is going to give us a healthier market. Long term, I think it's the right direction for skins and the right direction for the game. And while I'd really love the original OG souvenirs back, that's not happening, and I'm happy to settle for this. So, This is a massive update. It is a huge change to how mages work, how skins work, and I think we can really see what the future of skins is going to be like with this change. Valve are moving away from loot boxes, but they clearly want to keep the market, and it is nice to see the mages finally change a bit. Anyway, let me know what you think about this update in the comments. I like it, but maybe you don't, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, massively appreciated. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Jesus, thanks for watching, see ya.